Hi guys, my name's Adelaide and welcome to Adelaide Stitches. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about cross stitch. Today I'm up to day 12 of my 14 days of designers series. It's where I'm going through all my whips by designer to kind of work out what my priorities are and work out what I should be stitching when and not feel so overwhelmed. And it's been a lot of fun going through, seeing what I've got, remembering oldies but goodies and bringing them out again. So today we are going to do Teresa Kogut designs and hands-on design, which I'm very excited about. They are two of my favorites. But first we'll get started with my usual stitchy update. So what did I stitch last night? So first I stitched on, here it is. It's a Mermaid's Life by Tiny Modernist. This is the project I'm stitching on every day for Mermaid to get it finished by the end of the month. And I got my 150 stitches in, which is what I wanted. And here it is. Oh, isn't it looking good? I just love it. So last night I finished off my mermaid's hair and I stitched the little seahorse. How cute is that? Now this is stitched on 32 count deep Seaglass. It is a linen by Number 12 Stitch Co, an Australian dial, and I'm using the cord for DMC. And I'm just loving this. I keep wondering why it took me so long. I mean, it's from 2022, this whip, so it really needs to get finished and up on the wall because how cute is it? So my statistics at the moment, because I have this one in markup, I'm up to 2,361 stitches out of 6,395, and that is 36.92%. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. I think I've got a bit of backstitch to do. I think she may have a mouth that's backstitched and obviously that vine there, but I've just been stitching it from markup at the moment, so I will have to go into the PDF later on and fix that up. But I think actually I'm a few stitches ahead per day, so I'm hoping maybe that last day will be, I'll focus on the backstitch and get that done. My beloved backstitch. Anyway, really pleased with where this one's at. And then the second piece I worked on last night was one I started yesterday, very excitingly, did as a stitch with me, which it was really fun, I enjoyed it. So thank you everyone for all your support and thank you for giving me the confidence. I think if it was just left up to me, I don't know I ever would have had the confidence to have the push to start this one. So this is my first Bella Filipina, Cordelia, and let's see if this isn't too glary. Oh, that's not too bad. This is Cordelia. No, actually I'm gonna have to put in a photo. Isn't she just so beautiful? And I stitched a bit more on her last night and this is where I got to. Oh, look at this fabric. So this is Blue Ocean Floor. It's a 28 count Opal Lugana by Colour Cascade Fabrics. Their fabric dyes in Western Australia and oh, it is so beautiful. This is their 26 by 23 inch piece. And I have started in the middle and I did a bit more of her hair. That's the bottom strand of the hair and the very first introduction of pink, which is kind of her little capey top part of that. So that was exciting. So I actually started in the middle and this is the top. You can kind of see where that line is, the top of page 5, I think it was. But I didn't want a page line because I was worried. I know in full coverage you can get the lines if you just stitch a full page. So I did get page 2 out and I did a bit of stitching to get it up and then I realized that I'd lined it up wrong, so I undid that and then I redid it the right way. So that should be right. The little upper part of her hair, and I don't know I'll do it all the way along, but I just felt I was worried about my line. I thought, no, if I do a few stitches so it's more higgledy-piggledy instead of a straight line, then I definitely won't get a line mark. So yeah, that was exciting. I'm stitching this from paper patterns, so had them blown up to A3, and that is going okay. I'm marking them off, and yeah, we will see. I wasn't too impressed at myself stuffing up the page break, but I've never been great at them, so I'll just have to practice. And this is 6 pages into this pattern, so hopefully by the end I'll be very good at it. But just the called for DMC so far, and I've had to leave some holes for beads, so that's exciting, especially that must be quite a big one. The other thing I'll say about it is, I don't know if you can see, I'll put it up close. So this is the line where the hair meets the skin. And so I have had to do quite a few fractionals. I'm guessing that's what I meant to do, but at times I've been a bit confused because one square might have 4 little symbols in it. So I thought, well, am I meant to rethread my needle with 1 strand and be doing over 1 for them? I wasn't sure, but at the moment I've just been doing kind of fractionals to make it work, and you can even see kind of there's a tiny like quarter of a stitch there. So we will see. I have been using 2 strands throughout, but I know some people do 1 over 1 for skin, but I was planning just to keep it 2 strands. It's my first one. I've looked online at the Bella Filipina Facebook page. Quite a few people have done this design, and she looks so beautiful. And I've been happy with how it looks with the 2 strands over 2 thread skin. So that's what I was gonna go with. So that was my Bella Filipina. And then let's get to today's designers. So, who have we got first? Teresa Kogut. So Teresa Kogut is a big favourite of mine. I think hers was kind of the first largish, I won't say large, but largish, slightly bigger than medium, piece that I ever completed as a cross stitcher. And this was in 2022 because I got back into cross stitch in September 2022. That's when I guess I've been most serious about it since then. And I was lucky enough to get this book. I saw it on a floss tube and loved it, and the Cruel Goblin said they had it, so I ordered it from them. And this is her Hello Halloween book, and I had to do Witch's Lean. So look at that. That's still one of my favorites, even though like now this is 28 count antique white Lugana, and okay, now I'd probably find a more Halloween-y mottled fabric, and I'd probably try and make my white show up a bit better, but it doesn't matter. I still absolutely love this design. Yeah, it was just such fun, and I was pretty fixated on it. I think in less than 4 weeks I had it stitched. And that big pumpkin, oh, I remember that. That was a big chunk. And this is just the no, it's not actually. Most of it's the DMC, but I didn't realize, I didn't really know what to use for this because you're meant to use 310, but the floss tube I watched had said how different the Weeks thread was, so I actually ordered the Weeks Dye Works thread for it, and I think it was Kohl, Kohl I used. So yeah, lots of lots of firsts for me for this, and still love it. So then after that, I wanted to stitch other projects for this book, but I didn't until October last year. And there was another one I loved and had to do with a black cat, which actually we've got a friend. See if I can tilt the camera. Sorry, I don't want to make you seasick. Got our little guardian there watching us. You gonna say hello, Jet? So you can see why I then had to do, and I finished this one this year, but started it last year. Here we are, Spooky Cat. Isn't that great? I just love it. I really need to turn it into a pillow for Halloween this year because how cute is that gonna look? So I'm really pleased. That's 2 finishes from that book. That makes me happy. And I have at least 2 more plans from that book because I really love it. The first one is to do with the rest of this fabric. So this is, good thing I've got it here, Bushfire Natural. It is a 16 count and it's by Paddock Lane Designs. And this beautiful fabric was given to me by Peggy Still Stitching, who's just uploaded a new video. So I will link her below. It's really good. It's got her last 3 months of stitching and she's been busy. Had an amazing finish too. So I will link that below. But Yeah, isn't it beautiful fabric? And I really like kind of, it isn't traditional Halloween. It's not browns. It is a bit pinky in real life, but I quite like that. I think it suits Teresa Kogut style well and colours. So I am hoping to do on this bit of the fabric. Let's see if I can get it. I don't want to show you charts. Prim Witch. I just think she will look so good. How's that? Look at that. And actually, oh, on the light and the dark, she looks good. So she'll definitely look good on this fabric. So I would definitely like to do her. So that'd probably be my next one from the book. But I am also very struck by the cover sampler. Isn't it gorgeous? So I was thinking, I haven't worked it out yet, of doing the bottom bit. So maybe the bottom 3, although I do like the black cats. I don't know. I'm not that in love with the pumpkin family. They're nice, but because our Halloween's in spring, I guess I don't mind pumpkins, but they're not what Halloween is all about to me, if that makes sense, because we're the opposite in Australia. So yeah, that was my thought. Maybe just do the bottom 3 and then bring that top border down so it's there and have that. And I would do it on this, well, some of this, because it's quite large, 36 count coffee tea dyed fabric by me. I think it would look really good on, and the white would show up on it too. So that, I guess, is my Halloween Teresa Kogut exposure. Also, kind of a special mention. I haven't got it yet, but I think this might be the year I crack. Teresa Kogut has a pattern called SilhoWitches, and I'll put a picture of it up, and it's kind of like this spooky Halloween Quaker, and I just love it. I just love it. I know I should finish my Halloween Quaker from Luminous Fibre Arts first, and I know that I've also got the fabric and the pattern and plan to do Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio, but I also really love this Halloween pattern by Teresa Kogut. So that definitely is a contender for this year. I would like to at least get it started, so because I need more projects. So yes, I love Teresa Kogut Halloween. I also have a Christmas project on the go by Teresa Kogut. So it's, oh, I put it just out of reach. So just one sec. Sorry about that. I'd left it on the other sofa. So I started this last Christmas on my 25 days of Christmas stitching. Isn't it cute? 'Tis near Christmas Day. Oh, I love it. This is part of the vintage postcard series that Witches Lean is part of. So yeah, not that I'd have them together, but I just really like the idea of the verse. And then the picture around it. So really, really like that one. And this is, oh, I haven't done much, have I? I must have only spun it like once or twice last December. So this is where I'm up to. This is 27 count vintage country mocha Linda cloth. I stitched my Cozy Cafe by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery on this fabric and love it. Love it. It is so nice to stitch on. So I've just started the verse, when Santa goes ride, and it looks like, yeah, I'm using the 310, so the DMC conversion for this one. So definitely one I want to get back to. Christmas in July would be nice to get back to this and get some more progress done, even if I get the verse done, and then when it gets to December, I've just got the sleigh and the trees below. But yeah, that is what is happening for Teresa Kogut whips at the moment, or stitching. And then the other designer I wanted to look at today is Hands On Design, which also a special place in my heart, because I think this might have been the first like proper cross stitch piece I finished after I started stitching in 2022. Look at this. This is the costume party. And I think like the stitch along was finished when I found out about it, or maybe it's like in its last week. But she had this as a PDF and lots of people were participating, and I saw it everywhere on Instagram and it was so cute. And I thought, oh, I want to stitch that. And it was before I had a stash or kind of cross-stitch fabric. So what I found is I had a scrap piece of 25 count Floba, which I had, it was left over from a work embroidery kit because my job used to be in handcrafts. And I looked it up and people said you could use it for cross stitch because it was quite even. So I thought, oh, fantastic. And so I used this whole scrap. I didn't cut off a bit. That's what was left. That's what I used. Sorry, that's just my cats. Stop that. And the threads were just the granny threads I had. So just her stash, what I could use, and I love how it came out. It's funny, it's not as bold as usually I pick now. I mean, nowadays I would have picked black instead of the grey. And I probably would have picked a brighter pink and brighter green, not so faded, but I love how it looks. I love it. It's one of my favourite Halloween pieces. And this is still available as a PDF on the Hands On Design website. So, yeah, just some cute, oh, Laurel Birch fabric on the back. So that always makes me smile. And then I have another freebie cushion. I'm pretty sure this is a freebie up on her blog. It's called Plaid for Autumn because she did all the seasons, but she released the autumn one as a freebie. And because a lot of hands-on design patterns are paper, yes, I think that's why I started with the freebies, and we'll go into my other projects later, but yeah, they're all PDFs. So this is the autumn one. Isn't it cute? And I had just got the materials for my Ode to Autumn by the Tiny Modernist, where you use 28 count blue spruce linen, and I decided to do mine in the same colors as that other project. So that is why mine has quite different colors, but I really liked it, and it was a good way to test them out and check that I liked it. So that was fun. That was really quick, I remember, and yeah, I just put some nice pretty fabric on the back. So used to make a lot of cushions. I need to get back to it. And then kind of my next piece for hands-on design was the Jingle Ball last year. So I signed up to a class called #Joy, which showed you how to not only had a little piece to stitch, but used wool felt to finish it. And I did do a lot of the class, but I still haven't fully finished it, which is a shame because it's so cute. And so this is #Joy. I'm actually using the called for platinum linen. I think mine is 28 count though, not 32 count. But the thread colors, I used my threads from my Caterpillar Cross Stitch Winter Wonderland kit, the ones I had left over, because I've actually, let's tilt it up. I finished it, it's there. Very proud of that. That was a battle to the end. So I loved those colors. So I just used leftover kit threads on that. I really like how it came out. And then yeah, got some wool felt, and the top of the pillow is all done. I've just got to make it up, which I really should do before this Christmas. But yeah, really, really liked it. Really enjoyed the class. The wool felt was so fun to do. I want to do more wool felt decorating and combining it with cross stitch. So yeah, and then, oh, I started another hands-on design, and this was a PDF I got off her at the Jingle Ball. So this is All Is Bright. Put a picture of it up. And I haven't done much. I should have done more. It's such a cute design. I have to get back to that. Definitely on my July list as well. And this is where I got to. So this is 14 count Aida, hand dyed by me. And I must have only spun it like twice in my 25 days of Christmas stitching, because I haven't done much, but that is what I've got so far in the DMC. So another really cute design I need to get back to. And then I have, well actually I have a few PDFs from her, but two I definitely would like to get to this year. And these are both available as PDFs on her website. And the first one is Classic Christmas. So I'll put a picture of this up. And this actually was her very first Jingle Ball class she did in 2022. but it was US only. So because I'm in Australia, I couldn't do the class or get the pattern. And then the last Jingle Ball in 2024, she released it for everyone as a PDF, which is fantastic because it's so cute with the little houses. So I really would like to get that stitched this year. And that is available now on her website. And the other one, which I was very excited to find on her website because I looked and looked at it last year. I thought, oh, that's so cute, but it's only available as a paper pattern. And this is a classic haunt. So I'll put a picture of this one up, and it says trick or treat, and it has that really lovely mauve fabric. Oh, it's just, yeah, gorgeous. I love it. I definitely want to do that and finish it as a circle decoration. So yeah, there are definitely two that are in my definitely get to this year. And then I do have another pattern in my stash, which is Christmas Folk, and I'll put a picture of this up. Now this I think was a Jingle Ball exclusive, so it will be available to everyone in December this year, and it is really nice. Maybe it's one I'll look at starting in December because I know that I won't get it finished this year, but another really lovely one. And I believe she has a seasonal folk series this goes with, so autumn, spring, summer, etc. But because a lot of her patterns are gorgeous, but they're only available as paper patterns, and in Australia I just find PDFs so much easier to get and to access. So yeah, I was very excited she put those other ones up on her website, and she actually has quite a few PDFs up there now, so it's worth going to have a look. So I think that is everything. That is my experience so far with Teresa Kogut and Hands On Design, both really lovely designers, and yeah, just aren't we lucky? We just have such an amazing range and so much to choose from to stitch, and sometimes we try and choose it all. Well, I do. But I guess especially Hands On Design, a lot of the projects are smaller, so I feel like I have more chance of getting them all stitched. Okay, well that is it for me today. Thank you so much everyone for the comments, the likes, subscribes. Thank you for all the support with this series. I can't believe we only have 2 days left. Let me know, I guess so far I don't have any left, so who's your favorite designer? Who do you like to stitch? And if someone has PDF patterns out, does that make you more likely to stitch them? I mean, I do wonder, is it just because I'm in Australia? If I was in America and paper patterns are a lot more accessible, I would stitch more of them. Anyway. All right, well have a fantastic night. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.